wow, that was, if I could hit that shot every time, I would have them in the bag. Don't know why I'm pacing in circles, I think I've lost my mind. Anyway, onwards. So easy to launch that, just popped out and off it went. Oh no. Oh, that is the tiger line, that is so good. The challenge is simple, you get 30 shots to get round 9 holes of a golf course, and today we've got a twist. I'm doing it with some brand new clubs, the Big Bertha range from Callaway. We've got the full set. They don't generally suit my specification. They're aimed at a higher handicapper or a beginner golfer, but we're going to give it a go, test them out, give you a little bit of a review along the way and see if we can complete the challenge with golf's easiest to hit clubs potentially. Let's go. So we're on the 10th hole here at the Duke's course in St Andrews. This golf course off the backs is over 7,000 yards, but I've come forward onto the green tees just to make it a little bit more friendly. There are 5 sets of tees here. This is the second furthest forward. Still playing at 3,000 yards for this back 9, so we've got to be playing good, but this 10th hole, probably one of the hardest holes on the course. It's a big sweeping hole from right to left. We want to try and see if we can get it down about 200 yards and then go from there. Right, I'm going to go for a 5-iron. My line is just on the edge of the corner. Just let it go over there and then we should see a little bit of draw. These irons are mightily offset and very, very large, I would say, but ultra forgiving. So let's see if we can do anything with them. 200 yards in the fairway would be a nice little start. Oh wow, that was... If I could hit that shot every time, I would have them in the bag. That was good. Right, 1 shot down. Let's go. Right, we are going up the hill. We've got 140 yards, so I'm going to hit a little 8-iron here, just to poke it ever so slightly forwards. There's 160 to the back of the green, so don't want to be short. Let's see what we can do with this. There's the forgiveness element, because that was a pretty poor golf shot and it looks like we're greenside. Right, we've got a longish putt. We've sort of made the back of the green and the pins front left corner. The surfaces though look phenomenal. Let's roll this down, get away with a steady par, and we're all good. I tell you what, I thought I'd left that half short then, but it tracked and it tracked and it did quite well. We'll take that. That's a nice little 4 to start off with. 26 shots to go, and now one of the hardest holes in golf. Off we go. Beautiful. So the 11th hole here at the Duke's, off the greens is 501 yards, 640 off the back tee. It used to be the longest par 5 in Europe. There is one in Sweden or somewhere now that is a bit longer, but we're going to get the driver, and like I say, I'm using these Big Berthas because I want to give them a full review. I want to get them out here on the golf course, and what a better way to actually play a challenge with them. If you've not seen the Big Bertha review already, go and check that out. But the story of them is that they're aimed at being easy to hit, forgiving, making golf as enjoyable as possible by making the clubs easy to use. And we did find that this is a pretty good golf club, easy to use. It's got its traditional Big Bertha sort of shape, a bit triangle-y, I would sort of call it. Big head, the back's hugging the ground, lots of weight towards the back and the heel to help you try and eradicate that slice. And it is a good looking driver, so hopefully that'll help me down this hole. And it has done a little draw, get away from that trap. Oh, we've carried it, that's miles down there. That's huge. Yeah, we'll take that. We will take that. It is a nice, and what I like about the driver, it does have a carbon crown, not fully carbon like the Paradigm, but it sounds like a you know, like a tour model driver. It sounds really solid, which I absolutely love about that. Let's get on to my next shot though. We've had 5, 25 to go. Right, we've absolutely Jimmy Tonkertoned it down here. We've only got 189 yards into this flag now. Going to use one of the irons here. Talk to you about those a little bit as we move through, but very much a game improvement iron, a big footprint on these irons, quite a bit of offset. I think putting them in the black finish has almost masked a little bit of that, but they're very much, like I say, a game improvement iron. They feel quite heavy down at the golf ball, but 189, I've got a 7 iron because I look just the size of the head. I feel like I'm just going to absolutely smoke this. But let's see if we can tuck him in close and carry it on. Good thing they're forgiving because I nearly missed the golf ball and it's on the green. It's not on the green, it's over the back of the green. A little bit thin there, but we're up there, a chip and a putt, and all is forgiven. So one of the other challenges I faced today, with this set not being completely for me, I only start or only go to a pitching ledge, so hitting greens is going to be a priority, but luckily here, lovely manicuring. It's sat really nice and I can just pop this and use the upslope just to pop it forward and let it run down the tear. I fancy a chip in here. Just feel a chip in. It would have been a chip in if it wasn't going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Stay, stay. I played it well, hit it nicely. Just needed to try and create a little bit more loft on that, but it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, folks. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Didn't really do a lot past the hole this one then, it was fairly straight. That, folks, easy birdie. Oh, drop the ball there, just pick that little rascal up. Right, that's 4 shots down there. Oh, game improvement irons with a future, with a future. 4 shots on the first, 4 shots there, 8 shots had, 22 to go. We'd move on. So our third hole that we're playing is the 12th hole. It's 154 yards, a lovely, lovely par 3. This one, a little bit of water to get over from the back tees, but then lovely bunkers and some nice walling behind the green. Tucked a little bit right, this flag, so I'm going to go pretty much straight at it and hold it with a cut because wind's into off the right. That's right down the stick, be a good yardage. That really shows the use of these golf clubs. If you come in here for me, that's where my tee peg was. That's where I hit the ground. About 2 inches before the golf ball, and it's flown about 150 yards up onto the green, and we've now got a birdie putt. Game improvers. So easy. Right then. Like I say, not my best strike, but probably 6 or 7 paces or strides up to the hole. If we knock this in now, tell you what, the Big Berthas could go in the bag. No! How was that missed at that weight? It was literally tracking and then straightened out at the last inch. I thought, oh, that would have been so good as a par birdie start. We would have had probably the best chance of getting the 30-shot challenge done if that would have dropped. Damn you, nasty hole. I'll go and get that ball now. Right. Oh, I think it was the early walk that did it. Don't know why I'm pacing in circles. I think I've lost my mind. Anyway, onwards. So we're on the 4th hole of the campaign, which is the 13th here at the Duke St Andrews, known as Braw View because it is absolutely beautiful, amazing, stunning. I think Braw in Scottish is like amazing or something along those lines. But back to the wood. So I'm going to use the 3 wood on here, and like I say, all these clubs are aimed at ease of use, forgiveness, high launch, and that's what this 3-wood's packed with. It's got the jailbreak technology in the face like we see is in the drivers and has been in the past few generations of drivers. It's basically like a little sort of wishbone thing that sits in behind the face. The club face itself, Callaway invested heavily in AI technology, and they have a supercomputer which has helped them design this face as well, like it has done in the driver of this model as well. It just means that on the off-centered strikes, you're going to see faster ball speed. So if you're not quite centering it all the time, you're a little bit toey or a little bit heely, you're not going to drop off massively in distance. It's still going to come out with some decent speeds and see that you can get the distance you want. Easy to launch as well. Look how shallow the club face is there. Obviously, once it's in behind the golf ball, if you just look at that as well, look how tight and snug that is as it's placed in there. Again, shallower means it's going to be easier to launch. And then the way it's packaged, the traditional Big Bertha shape, again, all aimed at that forgiveness. And do you know what, as a sort of fairway wood goes, I feel like I could just every time just pick that off the fairway there, just sweep it, and I wouldn't have a trouble maybe launching it in the air like you would do with some 3-woods. It looks really nice just to pop it up. So let's see. I think with the way the conditions are today, if we get a good one going here, we might bounce this up onto the green. Nice sweep. Oh, I'm gutted about that little putt then. If that would have gone in, then we birdie this one potentially. We would have a serious shot at the 30 shot challenge. But one shot at a time now though, even though I do know I've only got 19 to play with, we can still do this. Come on, let's get this 3-wood going. A tiny little draw down the right side. Going a little bit right, not the shape I wanted. It's bouncing down there, it'll be pretty much greenside almost, near the green. So easy to launch, that just popped out and off it went. Let's go and see if we can steal another shot. Right, we've been quite fortunate. We've pulled up just in front of the green and stayed out of the gigantic bunker here. Only little issue, like I said earlier, got pitching wedge, and I've got to hit a flop now over this bunker onto the green and get it stopping quickly. Luckily, again, I have got a bit of an upslope, so I'm going to play it a bit more front footed, open it out and just let it slide under, just let that club head pass the hands, and it should do the job. Oh, that's delicate. That is delicately played. I've got it pin high. I've got about maybe 12 feet that looks from here for a birdie. So the wheels are going, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident here. Just need to keep the momentum, baby. It's only about 10 foot this one, 11 foot tops. Downhill, a little left to right. We're owed one after the last hole. Stay up, stay up. Yes, get in! Get in, baby! Get in! It's 2 birdies, first 4 holes. 3 shots there. 14 in total. 16 to go. Baby, baby. Our 5th hole of the campaign, 377 yards, is the 14th here at the Dukes. It's called Well, and it has one of the best views carried on from Broadview. A little bit lower, so you can only really see the bay out here, but it's looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm going to smoke this Big Bertha down towards the green, chip on, tap in. The dream is coming. We nearly knocked it on, folks. Helps the fairways being burnt out after about 8 weeks of nothing but roasting weather and it being downhill, but still a very, very nice drive. I've got about 10 paces up onto the green. I'm going to hit a little bump and run with my pitching wedge, hopefully nestling it in close. I mean, a chip in would go a heck of a way here, but get it in close, tap it in, and we're all good. Thought that was going to bank hard right off that little slope. It's just gone past that friendly distance, but we've got a good chance. We've got a good chance. It's those sort of shots where when you have got something like that club that, like I say, is a game improvement iron, it's got a bigger sole, it's got a bigger head, you sort of just lose that element of fine feel with it. It just feels a little bit clumsy, but for the player who it's designed for, it's going to do a good job. It's going to give you the confidence. It's going to allow you to hit some shots and get away with a little bit as well. I pushed that so badly. That is annoying. Great drive. Chip just ran on that tiny bit. Oh, I feel like that could be a crucial point, but we carry on. If we keep hitting it like we are, we're going to be doing well. That is 18 shots had, 12 to go. Oof, come on, more of the same, bar that last putt. Sixth hole of the day is a par 4 off the green tees. It actually plays a little bit straighter. It's still a bit of a dogleg right to left. It's 372 yards, but we're into the wind and we're going up the hill. So that is playing close to about probably 410, 420 this hole. So got to get a good drive away and then hopefully get something in close and tap one in, because if I did my numbers, those last 2 putts are very crucial, very crucial. So I need to try and pick a couple up over the next 2 really to see that I could get my best ever finish. Climb that tree, climb the tree. It's bounced right at the tree. We're going to get nowhere near them. Oh, that's a little bit of trouble we're faced here with. Right, second shot on 15. We were very lucky. It sort of looked like it was going to climb it, but pitched short and has had a couple of good bounces, and we are here. I've got a 9-iron. It's 125 to the flag, but it's up the hill here. So this 9-iron, you know, into the wind, I can give it a, you know, a pretty fair, good full go with this one. Let's see if we can get in close. I could really do with stiffing this. Oh no, that is left. Uh-oh, well, I've missed the trap, but that was not good. That was not good at all. A terrible, terrible golf shot has left us with actually probably the best position to miss it. We can go down onto the green and let it run out. We've got loads of green to work with, so pitching wedge again, just open it up a little bit. First real bit of adversity we have faced here. Just got to land it about 5 foot left of the flag in terms of line wise, and just on, and we should be somewhere about right. Keep going, keep going. Oh, it's a bit shy. We left ourselves a tester, but we can do it. This is a slidey putt. The green's sort of running back down towards the tee here, and we're right in the middle of the slope, so we're going to have about a foot of break on this one, and it's downhill, so just got to trust my line, stay with it and roll it. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Oh God. Oh no. I think the only thing stopping that ball from being there was the hole, and we were just a little bit low. Right, come on. Bogeys are no one's friends here. Oh, finish with confidence. Finish with confidence. The dream is very much still alive. We've got 8 shots. We've got a 3, a 4 and a 4. If I make a 2, leaves us 6. 2 birdies, so we need a birdie, birdie, birdie finish to get it. 5 under on the back 9. I mean, it's a doable one, but those 2 putts that I've missed were massive. They were massive. 7th hole of our challenge today. We've got 8 shots left. I'm going to be using an iron here because it's a par 3 and it's 150 5 yards, you're going to be using a 9 iron. But a little bit about the irons before we actually hit these. I think the big story with these is the sort of, again, the forgiveness, but how they've achieved that by putting a lot of tungsten into the golf club. So on the outside, there is 11 grams of tungsten, and then on the inside of the head, around the body of the golf club, there's 43 grams of tungsten, which when they're able to place it at certain points around the golf club head, it makes the club stable, so on those off-centered strikes you're going to be able to see less twisting and see more forgiveness on those shots. And then that as well, coupled with the weight being positioned a little bit more towards the lower and the back of the golf club, we're going to see that the launch is going to be easy. Like I say, they do look, you know, like a slightly larger package, but that's what's to be expected. They've got the smoke black finish to make them, I think, like I say, look a little bit sleeker. I know there's a lot of offset on these clubs, but because they are black, it sort of hides it a little bit and doesn't make it stand out as much, which is quite a nice thing. And then traditional Bertha shape to them as well, that's going to inspire a little bit of confidence. It's got a good footprint there, a good size one, so, you know, forgiveness again being at that key aspect, you've got that as you're going along. And the lightweight as well for all the components, so they're easy to get a little bit of speed out of. But let's see if we can turn them into a hole-in-one club for me and get this challenge completed. That is in the trap left. That's the only issue with the irons for someone like myself, where I'm trying to play a little fade. Because of how offset they are, the face is just tending just to close over a little bit, so I have seen them go a little bit left for myself. But like I say, I wouldn't be choosing those irons if I were to play them. But in terms of, again, a strike, that was pretty poor contact, and it's launched up out there, and I think it's round about pin high, so it's not bad. It's doing what it says on the tin. It's giving you that forgiveness, that enjoyment of actually seeing the ball get up in the air and achieving a, you know, a golf shot, as it were. Right, not what we wanted. We've left ourselves a pretty dicey shot here when you don't have a lobber, but a man of my capabilities can do it with these clubs. Pitch it into the hump, let it trickle over. Oh, Bob's your uncle. He's not. He's actually named Dave. That's a lie. I've got an Uncle Dave. Oh, that has not killed it. I thought that was going to grab it. It just took a really sort of firm, fiery bounce out of the rough. Now could be where we start falling on these hurdles. We've started hitting the fences. It all started so positively, so positively. I was literally about to give it another fist pump then. That just took a little bit more break than expected. One thing has to be said though, the greens are rolling so good, so pure. But that time, 4 shots means I've only got 4 left now. We need a birdie down 17 to see that I do actually get my best ever score. Please do it for me. Please. So as it stands, if we make par on here, we will get our joint best score, which was done at La Cala. It's probably the hardest hole on the back 9, I would say. This one maybe the 11th, maybe 10. But the big issue with this one, there's water all the way down the right. You've got to thread it through the tall trees. But then even like staying down the left side, there's massive jungle rough down there that if you get in it, your ball's gone forever. So it's no small feat to give it a good go down here. The good news is that it's only 362 yards. So if we do actually get the good drive, get it on this sort of tiger line down the middle with a little fade, we could sneak it close to the green. Okay, it's the final roll of the dice. Come on, good drive, Matt, good drive. That's all we need. One good drive and you're in. Oh, that is the tiger line. That is so good. Ooh. Just clipped the trees, but it's straight down the middle of the fairway. We're gonna have a pitch. I'm fancying birdie now. I'm fancying birdie. Then we get to tee off on the 18th. Best ever, baby. Right, in the fairway, the only issue we have now is this tree. I needed to be about 5 yards more left and it wouldn't have been an issue, as where now the canopy's right in my way. I'm gonna have to hit like a little cutty wedge, which actually won't be too bad because the wind's off the left as well. Let's see what magic we can graft up. That's a lovely golf shot. Release up, keep going. I tell you what, I'm pretty happy with that being in the way. We've got about a 20 footer up the hill. Whew. We could get to 18. We could get to 18. It's all turning. A little bit longer than 20 foot, maybe about 25 up the hill, left to right. Greens are good though, rolling it well. Get this on the right track and we have beat our record. Oh, right over the edge of the hole. A tiny bit more pace and that would have stayed and would have been straight in. Well folks, we've done it though. We've tied our best ever score with a set that wasn't designed for me. Guys, I hope you've liked it. I hope you've learned a little bit about those Big Berthas. Great for the high handicapper, lots of confidence in them. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in a new video very, very soon. Come down here as well because it is beautiful.